You may have noted that since my first video on the Xbox versus high-end PC duo, I took my time to draft the second round, which will also be the conclusion of this match. It's a challenge to get away from the periodic events that happen in Flight Simulator, such as sim updates. I've been fortunate enough to acquire a powerhouse early September, and since then, many things have truly stood out to me during this experience. And those are the points I will address in the video. Welcome Simmers to this second and final round of Xbox versus high-end PC. The first video focused on purely technical aspect of Flight Simulator, but of course, the overall gaming experience goes well beyond the numbers and on-screen rendering. For this first chapter, I want to focus on the environment in which Flight Simulator is practiced. Few people talk about it in their videos, but there are potentially many parameters that change and need to be considered when moving from an Xbox to a PC. I played Flight Simulator on Xbox alone for over a year, building my entire experience around my TV and my console in my living room with a dedicated seat, different joystick. You can see my comparative video here. And let me tell you right now, it was perfect and super comfortable. Yes, but with the arrival of the PC, the question of how I would play quickly became a nightmare, and I had clearly underestimated this point. Okay, it might sound dumb, but to play on PC, you need desk, and with the desk, you need a chair, at least comfortable enough to spend long hours on, and also with the video editing getting bigger. So this point is not to be underestimated. And look at this gem, by the way. I have never been so well set up behind a PC, and it's half the price of a secret lab. There is a bit less possibilities to adjust your seat, but it's so comfortable. I'm not doing this because I'm paid. It's not a promotion. It's just experience. But more importantly, you need a good screen. And I can tell you that the screen is an absolute priority to include in your budget when you're buying a PC. And it costs a fortune. If you have an organ to sell on the black market, make sure to get a good price of it. Because yes, when you are used to a 65-inch OLED TV that handles HDR incredibly well, and you switch to a cheap screen between $200 and $300 in 2K, it feels like taking a 15-year leap back in terms of image processing. It's a slap in the face. So you absolutely need a good PC screen, and believe me, I spent days on specialized websites and watching reviews on YouTube. There are very few quality screens, and they are very expensive. Much more expensive than an LG OLED TV if you ratio the price and the screen size. Since we are talking about what happens around our setup, let's also briefly discuss the PC environment itself. Because you need to be aware that you are quite relaxed and chill on Xbox, but on PC, guys, you will have Nvidia updates every 5 days, Windows update for various drivers. Seriously, it's non-stop, and each time you have to pray that everything works correctly after. Anyways, you know what I mean. A PC remains a PC on Windows, right? So for this chapter, just like in the first video, if you are on a tight budget, the Xbox Series X easily wins this chapter. But if you want to invest money in this passion for Flight Simulator on a PC, then in this case, I would say it's a draw between the two. In this chapter, the PC will start to pull ahead because the possibilities that open up with it are almost endless. Where to begin? Let's start with the replay mode. A multitude of free and paid products for replay, and there's even one by default in Flight Simulator. Asobo states that it's an experimental feature because it does tend to bug sometimes, but otherwise it's quite effective. The ease of recording videos and screenshots and enjoying them immediately and working with it, the absolutely astronomical number of add-ons, having real air traffic, the possibility of going on VATSIM and learning aviation communication, something that will really increase the realism, the ability to adjust graphics and thus influence the smoothness of the game if needed, access to new accessories, and I will talk about them later, the ability to play on multiple screens, to play with the tablet as an assistant, and many other things that I am probably forgetting. But one of the incredible things gained by switching to a PC is access to the dedicated Flight Simulator stores. Yes, the marketplace in Microsoft Flight Simulator is nice because it offers a single place for everyone, customers and developers. And that's an advantage, but it's perhaps the only one. Who on Xbox hasn't gotten fed up with waiting for months for the release of the 737? Or the release of the F-28 that we are still waiting for on Xbox? It's supposed to be the same environment on Xbox and PC for the sim, but we can see that some developers are really struggling to adapt their product, and others have decided to ignore the Xbox altogether. Who isn't tired of waiting weeks for a miserable patch? The F14 from Heatblur, which was released last week, was patched the day after on PC, while we will probably get the first fix next year on Xbox, and PC will be on the fourth one. Well, you get the picture, you know the song. On PC, however, you usually receive an email from the store where you bought an item telling you that it has been updated. You click, you download it, you copy it in the right directory, and it's done. This is freedom, honestly. In addition, prices are often lower in other stores. And to conclude this chapter, let's talk about the weapon mods. What hypocrisy, without kidding. On the marketplace, it's a no, but if you install it from another source, it's no longer a problem. That makes no sense. It's ridiculous. Okay, it's linked to the rules of the Xbox platform. I don't care. In the end, it's the same. Especially since the weapons on a fighter jets are purely reproduced for aesthetic purposes and they have no function. In short, regarding the marketplace, Microsoft clearly needs to improve the flow between creators, marketplace team process, and the availability of a product or an update much more. And we have made progress this year, but we are still far from, let's say, a pleasant situation. And we talked about paid add-ons, but on PC, there is a new world, a world with free add-ons. And welcome to FlightSim.to. Here, an incredible catalog of add-ons awaits you. Do you want a new livery for your F-18? Someone probably already made it. A new livery for your 737? It's waiting for you just here. A new aircraft? The choices are plenty, and some are really good. In short, between the new features, the different marketplaces, and the freeware, and by the way, don't forget to thank add-on creators by leaving them a tip for their efforts. With all this, the Xbox takes a direct uppercut in the fan and starts waver in the ring. But the fight isn't over. Before ending this duel between the Xbox and the PC, we also have to address the question of accessories. Well, yes, because with a PC, Flight Simulator can look like this or like this. Do I really need to continue? Yes? Okay, well, if VR makes you sick, you also have eye tracking. I just bought one, and it's absolutely incredible the level of immersion it gives you without having a headset on and without compromising image quality. You can also have access to joysticks with precision and quality that you never even suspected. But we always come back to the same point. You will probably have to work extra hours if you plan to invest. So, PC or Xbox? Xbox or PC? And we are talking about high-end PC here. The question can be turned in every direction, but I'm afraid the answer is unfortunately quite simple, because this answer will depend entirely on the budget you want to allocate to Flight Simulator. There are many other cool things to do in life, so it all depends on your level of love with flight simulation. Do you like simulation a bit? Xbox. Do you like it a lot? We can start to hesitate between Xbox and PC, and that's where your budget will be decisive. And I will talk about the budget at the end. Is Microsoft Flight Simulator a passion? Then yes, you need to think about investing. You need to get something to maximize your immersion. So on my right, we have an Xbox of $500 with the Series X. And I know that many of you fly with the Series S, but sorry, I think the experience is a bit too limited in this configuration. So Series X 500, let's say we take the game for 100 and one or two accessories for 500, so that's a total of $1,100. So, and on my left we have the PC. Here the budget will vary a lot, but we want to upgrade from the Xbox, right? So we need to aim at high-end PC and something that can play 4K and ultra settings. So that's a minimum of, I don't know in US and in UK, but in France it's between $2,700 $3,000 euros. Then you will need to add a 4K 144 Hz screen, a gaming screen. That's a minimum of 600. And yes, you might have noticed that I didn't count the TV for the Xbox because everyone has one already, which is not the case of a good PC screen. You will have to invest. Accessories, we go for the premium here again. So 800. And you need a desk if you don't have one, and a chair. So that's 200 for the desk, 300 for the chair. So all in all, we arrive at 5,000. And this time it's the Xbox that sends a left hook in the PC. So this Xbox versus PC is just a matter of choice and whether you are willing to invest. But one thing is sure is that the Xbox is the best place to discover flight simulation. But Microsoft also needs to make a lot of efforts for the Xbox community, and I will talk about this in the next video. To all the people watching the video and the channel, have a great holiday season, take care and see you soon. Bye bye.